everyone, my name is Malvika Varadan and I'm very proud to bring you stories from around the world. Now this is a project by the Hive and Toddle and there are some very important rules to remember. Number one, listen really carefully to these stories. Number two, don't be afraid to pause this video and act along and follow the instructions, alright? And number three, right after we finish reading our stories, after our story time, don't forget to try out all the cool craft activities in your Toddle box and make sure that you get your hands dirty. Welcome back to Stories from Around the World, because stories allow us to travel, and today we're going to travel to New Zealand. So New Zealand is a country that's actually quite close to Australia. Do you know where it is? Maui tames the sun. A tale from New Zealand. One day, the demigod Maui overheard some villagers complaining. "There's not enough time in the day to finish all of our jobs," moaned one. "The sun just races across the sky too fast," grumbled another. Do you ever feel that way? Like the day just doesn't have enough hours. There are so many things we want to do, but we have to sleep and there's just never enough time. "I can help," said Maui with a grin. He liked helping people because he was half human himself. "I know where the sun lives." "No one can tame the sun," said the villagers seriously. "It is far too big and too powerful." Do you want to try that line? If you had to say something very seriously and make someone understand, how would you say it? "It is far too big and powerful." "I know a way," said Maui, and sent them into the fields to cut as much flax as they could. What is flax? Do you want to look it up? Maybe ask someone? The villagers brought Maui mound after mound of flax. So a mound is like a tiny mountain, right? Like tiny. And he plaited it into long, thick ropes until he had made a net strong enough to hold the sun. "Now, come with me," he said. "I'll show you where the sun lives." Where does the sun live? It took a long time to reach the cave where the sun lived, and it was night when they arrived. The sun was sleeping soundly inside and didn't hear Maui and the villagers hanging the net over the cave entrance. They hid the ropes with leaves and waited behind a wall, covering their bodies in the cool, wet clay to protect them from the sun's heat. Imagine being that close to the sun. It must be so hot, right? And everything they touched must be so hot too. How do your fingers feel when you touch something that's hot? Do you want to try? Before long, the villagers saw a glimmer of light coming from the cave. The sun had woken up and was getting ready to start the day's journey. The light got brighter and the air got hotter. Can you see all of these people? They're like covering their eyes and it's getting so hot. As the sun moved towards the cave's entrance. At the very last moment, Maui shouted, "Pull!" How do you think he said that? As long and as loud as possible. Can you try? The villagers pulled on their ropes, and with a swish, the net fell down and the sun was caught. The net was strong, but the sun's heat was getting stronger, and some of the ropes started to smolder and burn. So it started to disintegrate. There was nothing left of that rope. "It's now or never," thought Maui, and he rushed out from behind the clay wall, brandishing his axe. "Listen to me," he shouted. "There's something you must know. You travel across the sky so fast that none of the villagers can do their work. They need more daylight." How do you think he spoke? Very confident, very big, very loud. "They will get what they want, for your net has weakened me," answered the sun. "Let me out and you will see that I can't move so quickly anymore." So the villagers let go of the ropes and slowly, the sun began to rise up into the sky. The villagers cheered. Now we will have enough daylight to do everything we need to do. Thank you, Maui. I wonder if days are longer in New Zealand. Have you ever wondered? Maybe we should find out. That's the end of the story. We hope you enjoyed that story and we hope you enjoyed acting along. Now don't forget to get your hands dirty and start doing all of the craft activities associated with that story. And remember, even if we can't get on planes and travel around the world, stories and words can help us go anywhere.